Real rivalry, Imad. So Arsenal, Manchester United, the big one. I I really felt that neither team tried to win it, and I was kind of disappointed with the game. What do you think of it?
Yeah, pretty lacking quality in the final third. Both teams at the end, I think, I mean, I think a draw was definitely a fair result. Both teams at the end of it more just didn't want to lose it. And yeah,
Right.
I completely understand the approach from both teams towards the end because after you put in that kind of effort, I mean, the game definitely lacked quality, but I think like both teams put in 100%. I think every single player I don't think any player like at least from our team like didn't try their level best. I mean, usually we have like we're carrying two three players every game, and I thought every player kind of put a decent had a decent. I mean, apart from like I mean, off the ball is I'm talking about more off the ball in terms of putting in a shift, and I think most of our players did that. So can't really have any complaints. We
Hmm.
didn't lose the game. Obviously, would have loved to win that because I mean. United, I think, were there for the taking, even though we had kind of our key players missing. I think United were there for the taking because I think you guys had just been
See,
exposed against Sheffield.
right, and we're on a little bit of a downturn. I think I mentioned this last game as well. Like, are we going to bounce back from that Sheffield loss? Are we going to continue this recent form that we've seen, where we have, especially our forwards, aren't really clicking at the moment? And like, I think we had the better chances. I would say. I know you guys hit the post, but we had two or three really good chances. Cavani missed like an absolute sitter that you would expect him to put it away. But I agree with you. I think a draw was a fair result for sure because I just don't think either team did enough to try to win that game. That desire to go out and get 3 points was just not there. And I personally don't find that acceptable from Manchester United because Arsenal were missing three of their best players. They didn't have Tierney, no Bamiyang, no Saka. And it's not like Arsenal are I mean, you guys are definitely in good form, but you weren't in that game. I didn't think you guys played great. I think it was a decent performance by Arsenal, nothing special. You guys weren't peppering us or anything like that at any point. Maybe there were 20 minutes in the start of the second half that you were. So we didn't really put in, we never really went for the game. Even in the second half, we let you attack us the first 20 minutes. Then we kind of grew back into the game. But that's what I found
Yeah,
disappointing from United.
United didn't look like a team who needed to kind of get back to winning ways, a team chasing the title. I mean,
Exactly.
that kind of showed the difference in levels between a Liverpool or a City. I mean, Liverpool and City, I feel like after like a blip in the title race, I mean, they'd come to the Emirates and they'd really put us under pressure. I mean, they would dictate play for large periods of the game, and I don't think that you guys did that. I think you guys let us have the ball a lot. I know Ollie probably did
Mm.
want to play on the counter because I think if he went for it, I mean, that obviously would be playing into Arteta's hands. But at the end of the day, I mean, you guys had just lost, and I think you guys needed to go for it a bit more than us. And you
Exactly.
guys let
Like,
us take the initiative, and we have been really poor at the Emirates this season. So you guys really should have come and put that up. Like should have tested us more. I feel.
exactly.
But
It's the
yeah,
kind of
shout out Edinson Cavani because definitely he gifted us a point there. And I remember back when we played PSG a few years ago in the Champions League. I mean, he made Ospina look like Manuel Neuer that day. I mean, the amount of chances he missed, and it was just like a repeat of that. So
he's
shout out
typically a
Cavani
good
for that
finisher,
point.
though. He typically, like, if you
Yeah,
talk about my forwards,
he's more yeah, he's better positionally. So I mean, he gets those chances in every single game. He'll get like three or four really good chances, and inevitably you will take one of those. But it was just one of those days for him. And I mean, I still think that like I'm obviously gutted at the fact that Lacazette's free kick just wasn't an inch lower. Um, Pepe, I mean, I feel people are saying he did really well, but I feel that like personally, Pepe would be disappointed because he had a couple of good chances and he didn't even test the keeper once. I mean, even though he was a bright
Maguire
spark, I
blocked.
mean,
Maguire blocked one of his shots. I think that was pretty much going into the goal. I think who pulled it back
yeah,
to
I think
him?
that was Willian. I think that was Willian.
Yeah, Willian
Yeah,
pulled it back to no. Williams was blocked as well, but I think Willian pulled it back to Maguire to Pepe. And honestly,
Pepe.
I think
Yeah,
that was going into the bottom corner. So I thought he was good though, man. He ran back also. I didn't think he would track
yeah.
back
No,
and
I
stuff
mean
as much as he
definitely,
did.
but I mean we're talking about a 72 million player here. I mean, at what point are we? I mean, I mean, he's been here for like in England for a year and a half, and like I mean, we're talking about an average performance. I mean, the reason we're saying he's good is because he set the bar so low for
Right.
himself.
That's
And
I
when
agree
he
with
puts in
that.
a half decent performance, I mean, you're over the moon. But at the end of the day, this guy's a 72 million player and needs to do. I mean, he's finally got into like a bit of form, like, and now it's about consistency for him. Like, I hope he can be more consistent. He can put in these performances more often. And I mean, but like a big loss not having Saka, because I think with Tierney,
Right.
Saka, and Aubameyang, I really do think we would have won that game. I mean, honestly, I think we would have just had that final bit, just that little bit of cutting edge, and I probably think we would have seen it out
Yeah, well
defensively. So
said.
big misses for us.
Yeah, for sure. But aren't you a little like I don't know, like I already said, I'm a little bit disappointed by and we'll get into the tactics in a second, right? I'm a little bit disappointed by a lack of in going forward. At least, I mean, we did attack. It's not like we did, right? But we didn't take the risks to win the game. We were happy with the point. That's what I felt. But aren't you disappointed being at the Emirates at home against, one of your big rivals, and especially a rival at the moment that isn't, has hit a little bit of a blip in form, like that you guys didn't go for our throats either.
I mean, it's really tough to be disappointed. I mean, I'm very negative about the situation, and obviously, like, I've had a bit of time to kind of calm down after the game now. But right after the game, I mean, I was fuming that we didn't kind of go for it more. But then when you kind of look at it in hindsight and you see that the players we had missing, I mean, Saka has literally been the only player who's consistently performed. I mean, when he's not in our team, I mean, we're not the same team. He is
Hmm.
undoubtedly our best player at the moment. I mean, every
Hmm.
single time, I mean, week we talk where I'm big upping Saka, and I mean, you guys compare Saka to Mason Greenwood and stuff like that. But I mean, in all honesty, you should be comparing Mason Greenwood to Nketiah because we
Don't
really have
say
the same
Nketiah,
stats.
please. He's crap.
Yeah. So
Saka has
I
been very
mean,
consistent this season. He's really stepped it up. Like
so
as
yeah,
of
when
this
when
moment.
you don't have him, I mean, it's a bit. It's always. I mean, so like I said, I mean, going back to whether I was disappointed or not. I mean, I feel that with our key men, we could have definitely done more going forward in that game in terms of creating more clear cut chances, maybe a couple of more clinical crosses into
Hmm.
the box from Tierney, so a bit more goal mouth action. But I mean, if you're looking at it like on the larger scale, I mean, it is another clean
It's a good
sheet. I
point.
mean, or yeah, I mean,
It's a good
United at the
point.
end of the
Yeah.
day, I mean, it was just a blip against Sheffield. I mean, you guys have been playing really well, especially away from home, and
Right.
you guys have been winning all your games before that Sheffield game. So I mean, it is a team chasing the title,
We
and
Right. We've been edging our games, I would say, in the past month. Our performances haven't been as good as they were like a month and a half ago, I would say. I think since Jan, we've seen a couple of tight games where it's been a moment of brilliance here and there. But I agree, like we haven't lost at home. We haven't lost away from home in a year now. So given that stat, I think for us, I felt it was a better point for Arsenal than it was for us. That's why I was disappointed. Like in the sense that given
not
you were
not
missing three of your best
necessarily. I
players.
mean,
We're missing
yeah,
three
I
of your
mean,
best
from that
players.
perspective, yeah. I mean, but at the end of the day, we've kind of been on a like on a like apart from City, I think the last 5 games were the second best team in the league, and
Hmm.
it's not easy right now in this league to put together like a winning run, and we managed to do that. But I mean, just generally speaking, I mean, in terms of Arteta and like what I feel like this performance means going for him, like moving forward. I mean, I feel like Arteta has gotten a lot of criticism over the last
Rightly so.
yeah, and he's deserved the criticism he's gotten, and now he seems to be turning it around and doing things right. I mean, his decisions are a lot better, and his team selection is better. I mean, the press looks a lot better from our players. Tactically, we look better. So I mean, obviously, I want him to make me eat my words, and I hope we can
Hmm.
kick on and really push into the close to the top four at least. So
Yeah, I think if you guys put together a winning run, like what did I think of Arsenal, right? During that game again, I still don't think you guys are good enough. I think it's partly a personnel issue, but also like going forward, I've seen a lot more from Arsenal before. Like I think I would have expected to be under a lot more pressure when I'm going to the Emirates and I'm facing a fluid Arsenal attacking team, but that's not the case. I think that's really what you guys are missing now, that he needs to fix if he's going to put together a run, because otherwise you're going to have draws here and there just because you there's like a still a
yeah,
lack of goal scoring. and
I mean,
Arsenal
yeah,
still.
but we do look. I mean, the good thing is we do look defensively solid. I mean, we're not leaking goals, we're not leaking chances the way we were. So, I mean, when you do that, I mean, you always have a chance to win a game. I mean, you're not like, I mean, back in the day, I remember, like, I mean, on a bad day, you're 2-0 down at halftime and the game's gone, and then the best you can get is a point. At least we're always in with a shout of getting 3 points to, like, more often than not,
Hmm.
at least on this good run. So, but with
No doubt.
United, I mean, I feel like all the teams that have, like, United have, like, right when like no one was kind of talking about them, they were kind of quietly doing their business and they were at the top. And then the minute people started talking about them being league contenders, that's when the pressure really kicks in because there's no
Kicks
real
in,
pressure
right?
on you. And then that's when you kind of had a blip. I mean, Tottenham would like title contenders for like a week and then they haven't won a game in like 2 months. So I mean, you
Yeah,
can see
forget
you
about
see what the
Tottenham.
pressure does to teams, and that's what I mean. That's the difference between like Liverpool and City and United and Tottenham. You know that Liverpool and City are there on merit. United and Tottenham are there because they just put together good runs, I guess.
Right. No, and like this also says a lot. So just coming back to United, it says a lot about our mentality, right? And it's not the first time. Like under Solskjaer now, it's four semifinals that we've bottled. Okay. We've lost four semifinals. And anytime now we were top of the league for what, 2 weeks. And the moment you're near a trophy, or the moment not, I know we're nowhere near winning the league yet, but the moment the pressure's on to really perform, this team just can't do it. They just bottle it. And that's something Solskjaer's going to have to work on and turn around. And apart from that, like our forwards at the moment are a real concern, honestly. Martial's had a terrible season. He's been poor for most of it. He has 2 goals this season so far. It's just not
Cavani's
good enough
washed
for
up.
a Cavani's not washed up, dude. You'd be
I
surprised
mean,
at
but
how
he's not
fit
he's
he
not
is,
a
but
he's
he's
not
not
he's
what he
not a he's not a
was.
20 goal a season striker
Not
anymore.
anymore, right? He can't even stay fit for that long, in my opinion, right? He's still really good. He's the best number 9 we have. He's better than Martial up top still. Like you can just see it.
Hmm.
And then Rashford's been hot and cold, hot and cold. His stats have been good, but he's out of form. Greenwood has nowhere near hit the heights of last season. So that's a real concern. Like for us going forward, like look at the game against Arsenal. Rashford had a shocker on the right wing. He's going up against Cedric, who's not the best. First of all,
Yeah,
left back is not his original position. He's playing out of position, and he's not like world class defensively or anything. Rashford did a
he made him look
poor game.
world class.
Yeah, exactly. So Rashford had a poor game. Martial came on, didn't do a lot. So like when McTominay had that injury, right, whatever that was, a bug in his stomach. Solskjaer
I
was
couldn't believe
brave.
Oli brought on Martial. I
Martial,
thought
like
he'd
it
bring
was
on Van de Beek
Van de
or
Beek. Yeah, we would have wanted Van de Beek to come on. That's what everyone was shouting for. Just give him a
Oli
chance.
doesn't
But I
play
guess
him though,
he
does he?
he just does not play him, doesn't trust him, whatever it is. Then the second mistake was like, okay, you didn't bring on Van de Beek. You decided to go attacking. Fine, attacking as in you bring on a forward instead of a midfielder. So he goes for Martial. Now the problem is we don't actually have a right winger, an out and out right winger. Rashford and Martial, right? Rashford's favorite position is left wing. He really can't play anywhere else. I know you can try and accommodate him on the right, but he's nowhere near as good.
I thought you had
Martial,
um I thought you had England's next big
England's
thing in
future,
Mason
we do,
Greenwood.
but he's not killing it at the moment. He's not in form. However, I would have still given Martial's pathetic performance against Sheffield United. I would have moved Rashford to the left and I would have brought on Greenwood on the right wing. That's what I would have done, or even Mata instead. Just anyone else who, because you can't trust Rashford and Martial right now. They're not doing the business. So you're playing our wings. You're playing Rashford out of position on the right wing. Martial's not doing much on the left wing. He's not in form. That's it. You have Cavani left up top, and that was the problem. Like we got no service from our wingers. They did created zero chances that game, I think. So that was one of our problems going forward. Bruno Fernandez, man, as you can see, he's been killing it throughout. But okay, there's a little bit of a dip in form, and we're just dependent on individual brilliance going forward. And if Bruno doesn't score a screamer, or Pogba doesn't do it, or Rashford doesn't come up with a goal out of nowhere,
He
we
doesn't
just.
do it versus top six opposition though, Bruno, right? I mean, that's the whole
That's also because
criticism of him.
they say that, but we've scored 1 goal against top six opposition this year. I mean, in this season, and that was against Tottenham in that 6-1 defeat, which was a penalty by Bruno Fernandes. We are setting up defensively against top six opposition. We have 2 points. Oh no, I guess yeah, two
Hmm.
points against top six opposition this season, and that's not a surprise. Like you can't expect your forwards to produce and your number 10 to produce when you're just
Yeah,
setting
I
up
guess at some
defensively.
stage Oli has to try and be a bit more ambitious in these big games and be like, look, I mean, 1 point. is not that much better than 0 points. I mean, if you get the win,
Exactly.
you're like right up there and you defeat like a rival or direct rival. So I think he should
Right.
probably start being a bit more adventurous. I mean, you guys, anyway, no one expects you to be in the title race. I mean, the fact that you guys are up there, you may as well try and go for it a bit more. And the only way
Right.
to do that is by trying to play more expansive football against your direct rivals. So
Right, exactly. And if I felt that if we were like falling out of the top four race, like falling into the top four race again, obviously anything can happen. Like, let's just say we drop to fourth, and then it's really tight between third, fourth, and fifth. I understand that you want to go get a point at the Emirates. You're like, listen, let's secure top four. But that's not really the case right now. Chelsea just got a new manager. Tottenham have been poor. Arsenal are still solid 7, 8 points
Liverpool don't have
behind.
centre backs. City don't have strikers.
Is right. So there's enough reason for us to actually take risks and go for it. Okay, so what if we lost at the Emirates, right? Going for 3 points would have been a lot better than that 1 point that
Hmm.
we got. That's what I think, at least at this stage. Maybe in a month's time when we're out of the title race and we are fighting for fourth, then maybe each point starts to really matter. But
Yeah.
anyway, that those are my thoughts about it as of right now. I'm not very happy with it. Bad week for
Yeah, I
United,
mean, I
man.
guess you just gotta take it and move on. Luckily, there's a game very soon, so you can try and put things right. I mean, who do United play
We
next?
we play Southampton tomorrow at home, and then Everton at home. So again, two difficult games in my opinion.
Yeah,
Forwards
I
aren't
mean, you guys are,
firing
yeah. If they were away, you guys would have probably been a lot happier. But I guess,
at home. I mean, we can't seem to beat anyone at home. Anything's possible at home. So
yeah,
concerned for sure. What about Arsenal?
we got Wolves away tomorrow night, so that'll be tough again. I think again,
Probably a
Tierney and
good time to
Saka
play them.
still not back. Yeah, I mean, could be. I mean, it's Wolves. I mean, Molineux is never an easy place to go to. I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
we're definitely going to struggle there. They've got physicality, but I mean, I feel we're like better equipped to deal with them defensively than we have been in the past few years. And I mean, these are the kind of games that if you defend well, you're always going to have a chance of making it. So, I
Hmm.
mean, we always have a chance now going into these games because I know we can put in a good defensive shift. And I
Hmm.
mean, Oba is going to be back, and hopefully we will have enough quality on going forward, maybe on the break to kind of nick a couple and
Right, and
take hopefully.
Lacazette's in form too. Yeah, Lacazette's in form as well, right? He's scoring, so
Yeah,
you
man.
can
But
always.
Bukayo being out. I mean, you guys are talking about not having a right winger. I mean, Saka's the best left back, the best right winger, and the best left winger at Arsenal. Probably not the best left back because of Kieran Tierney, but
Clearly,
he's definitely the
right.
best right and left winger we have at the club. So I mean, that kid. I mean, if we just need him back ASAP.
What's wrong with him?
I think he just had he was a precautionary reason that he was out, and I think I'm not sure why he's still not back. I mean. I don't think that. I mean, it definitely would be something serious. There's no way Arteta would keep him out of the team if it wasn't anything that would genuinely be a niggle for him. So, wish him all the
Right, right.
best.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, we'll see how the next round of fixtures go. We really need to turn it around. Otherwise, we're going to be in big trouble here shortly, I think. And let's see if Arsenal can maintain this uptick in form that they've had.
Yeah,
All
hope so.
right. So we'll talk again in a couple of days and see where we're at.
Peace
Thank
out.
you